I am so excited to be here because we are getting the most out of our Pat McGrath palettes today. If you have a sizable collection and you picked up the new release, which is the Mothership, this is the Mothership Mega Celestial Nirvana, then I have a treat in store for you today. I'm putting together some color combinations with the mattes from this palette along with a couple other palettes. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So I recently did a video on this baby right here, which is Mothership Mega Celestial Nirvana, and it's always such a struggle for me to get it open. Oh my gosh. So here it is here, and we were all so very excited to see some beautiful colored mattes in this palette. We have been waiting, wishing, hoping, and praying that, you know, the chokehold of divine roles will release from Mother so we could get some different and bold and innovative things. So I am pairing this palette along with 3 other palettes. But before I get all carried away, let me go ahead and introduce myself. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. So that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup, but please just call me Ash or Ashley, and eyeshadow really is my jam. Pat McGrath, she is my favorite brand, but she be grinding my gears sometimes because I'm like, so, oh, the pink, you're driving me crazy. So we have been begging, I have been begging and wishing and hoping for like a blue-green Mothership, and she finally gave it to us when she dropped the holiday palette for this year. And this actually released at the end of September. Once again, I'm about to struggle to get it open. Oh my gosh. So like I said, when I did this video, I was like, oh my gosh, this matte will go bomb with this shade, from this palette, this matte. So I had like a couple combinations that I put together when I did the initial video on this palette, which I'll put down in the description or in the cards up above. Now, which palettes am I collaborating with this? Well, you get this gorgeous look right here. So I'm gonna start because that's the look I have on with my eyes. And it is Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction. So we have the palette right here, and you could probably already guess what shade is on my lids. So this is Moonlit Seduction. And when I go through each of the looks, I'm going to show the color story that I came up with. And the other palette that we love to hate, but the look came out fire, you'll see, is Huetopian Dream, otherwise known as Divine Rose 3, otherwise known as Huetopian Scheme. But this is what Huetopian Dream looks like. So I use these 3 palettes, and I mean, there's so many other color combinations that we could do, so many other palettes that Pat McGrath has, but look, it would have been too long if I had just done so many. And I really wanted to give both, like do all 3 looks and put them on both of my eyes, because usually I don't do that anymore. I love to have my full look on both eyes, but in reality, when I'm filming like most of my videos with 1 palette, 3 looks, like rest in peace my eyes if I was to just put everything on both eyes and then take it off next look. So that's why I usually do 1 and 1 here, but I'm not doing that today. I'm doing both eyes for 1 look. So I got 3 looks for you. We're going to jump in because I am talking through like when I do my eyes. So I haven't done that in a moment also. So we don't need to be here all day chatting about this. Like I said, I'll show you the color stories, and I'm excited. Like, you know, we are getting the most out of our Pat McGrath palettes. We are getting the most out of our money because, you know, Pat McGrath ain't cheap. And even if you're a person that doesn't always like to jump in between palettes, every once in a while you might want to say, hey, I'm going to jump in for that special occasion, or just want to do an out of sight look, or just mix and match. You know, I understand that everybody doesn't want to do that all the time, but this is just a little different, a little special moments, or you could just do it all the time. It's up to you, however you roll. Let's go ahead and get started with the first look. Look number 1, let's get started. So I have actually the Mothership Mega from last year. This is Celestial Odyssey. Kara, actually from Beauty and the Friends, was like, bring this one out because there are a lot of colorful mattes and colorful shimmers in this one. This is what the palette looks like, and I was like, oh yeah, that is so true. So especially if you have this one and the one from this year, or you're thinking about purchasing the one from this year, you'll have some ideas. So for the color story, I am thinking about definitely this green, which is going to be Citrine Envy. And then I'm also thinking about the shade, I think this is called Nirvana. And possibly a little of this shade, which is Lunar Haze. Okay, and then of course we're going to do our navy blue matte and we'll supplement. So far we got our Citrine Envy. And then we also have, what is this, Nirvana. I probably need to do another swatch of Citrine Envy, Lunar Haze, and you know, whatever we decide, because these three colors are actually really pretty from last year. There we go. Yeah. There we go. And then now I have, let's see, I'll swatch it after these three fingers because these two fingers are not the best for swatching. So that's what we're looking like so far with our little color story. Cute, cute, cute. Boom. And then we're going to add our starred matte in, which is the navy matte from Celestial Nirvana. Boom. And so that is Nocturnal Navy. Really gorgeous matte. Now, I know I've been really dying for a navy matte, and I was like, oh, well, we've always had that navy shade in Decadence, but I was just like, I just still want a navy matte, you know what I mean? And then I'll use something else as the blend out. So in addition, you already know my eyelids will be primed using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine, and my eyebrows are filled in using my Goof Proof Pencil in the shade 3.75. Nothing has changed there. And all my base products, once I finally do the rest of my face, will be the same for all three looks. I might change out the lip. Well, you know, I'll let you know. All right, so I literally been sitting here trying to figure out which transition shade to go into, but I'm gonna go into the one from the palette from last year, and this is called Sunrose Amber. So there we go. This one right here, and I'm just gonna pop this all over the crease. Oh Lord, these palettes are big to just like have next to each other. I mean, honestly. So I've been trying to sit here and figure out, do I go with a warmer brown or do I go with like the more neutral brown from last year, or I mean this year, which is more like a taupey shade. But here we are, because it was just taking too long. And I just have a BK Beauty brush. This is the 201 brush. I really like her brushes. They are very, very nice. Some of them I have multiples of. So boom, crease is together. So now we're gonna jump in with our navy matte, which is the Nocturnal Navy. I'm just gonna pop that in. And y'all know I basically do the same look every time. It's just like color placement is different. And I'm just gonna patting it in first. And then I will work out the edges. So kind of keep that intensity of the blue. I'm very happy with this blue. I have used it quite a few times. It's gone to work. I've done like just the center part of the palette only, and a few other things. So just feathering that out. And then I'll blend in a second. So honestly, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade and then this shade, and that might be my inner corner highlight situation. I got my Sonia G Builder Pro, and I'm gonna go in with Nirvana. And do I want to spray Nirvana? I might spray Nirvana. So I'm gonna have some Mayron mixing medium right here. I just put it in a spray bottle because, honey, if you have ever tried to work with Mayron mixing medium, just dipping your brush in or trying to figure that little situation out, it's just a mess waiting to happen. A straight up accident waiting to happen. So I'm just going to mesh those two colors together. And like I said, I'm not really blending at the moment. Ooh, that looks good together. Pop in with a little bit more Nirvana. Sometimes if I just want to get shadow down really quick, I'll just put the shadow down and then I will work on my blending. So right here, I just got a little towel. I'm just going to wipe this brush off. Honestly, I know people use microfiber towels, but this is just a face rag that I have. I have like 2 to 3 at this point that I dedicate to wiping off my makeup brushes with. And I just wash them. I put a little Dawn on them before I throw them in the wash. And then I put it in, of course, with some regular detergent. A little bit more Mayron. This is the shade right here, Citrine. And honestly, like Citrine and this navy shade just together would be really gorgeous. Wow, really pretty. And I'm just kind of layering that on. Gonna go back in with a little bit more. And like I said, I haven't officially blended anything at this point. Okay, and I'm kind of like working that towards that little line right here. And I kind of just perfect the line right here. This is just looking great. The only thing we need to just kind of blend in is just right there. I got my smaller little, what is this, flat definer brush that I like a lot for my inner corner. I'm gonna take this shade right here. And this is a nice satin shade. I think this is Lunar Haze. And I'm just gonna like pop it here. Then I'm gonna wipe off the excess. And now the brush is clean. I'm just gonna kind of fuse these together because sometimes if I put stuff down here, it just looks like a big old blob of inner corner highlight. Not what I'm looking for, okay? And I think it also depends on your eye shape, so I want you to see the definition of color, but I don't want it to be like, okay. Now I have this old school 224 SE blending brush, and it's such a great blending brush. This is from MAC. This set is older than dirt, I promise you. It's like circa probably 2007 or so. And I'm just fusing that out. Boom. Then I'm gonna jump in with the first shade that we used, that Amber shade. Just make sure, you know, you can see a gradient because sometimes I lose my first shade. Okay, and the look is done. So because my eyes here, I always want to make sure my shadow is going up, giving me like that lifted look. So honestly, I'm just going to go ahead. What I usually do is like if I go down too far and I blend it up, just take my little makeup wipe. I put my left finger right here and I just like pull it up. And now I have a nice line. You could also do it with this concealer, but the eye is going to look more lifted. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna do the other eye, get my face together. I'll be right back. You already know what I'm gonna say. Like, this look is gorgeous. That color scheme just went together so well. As you can see, it took me nothing to put that look together, but look at this. That's Citrine with the Nirvana, and then our blue, our Nocturnal Navy come through. This is just like a whole nother elevated look to get with your Pat McGrath shadows. And look, it's giving real Pat McGrath realness. I love it. All right. So face details, you know, they're all Pat McGrath. Went in with my Fetish Skin primer. Went in with my foundation. I wear shade medium deep 22. Love this stuff. This is actually my second bottle. Okay. Then I also took my concealer in shade 20. And for my bronzer, I went in with my Minted bronzer in the shade Vacay. Boom. And for blush, I took the shade Cherish because it's a nice pink that just kind of goes with everything. And so this is the shade Cherish. Just a really nice pink shade. There you go. You can see it better there. And for my highlight, I took my boo. You know, I got to tread lightly with her because she's a mess. This is Golden Nectar. You know, I dropped it. This is the one that came out with the blushes last year. And I did a terrible job of repressing it. Well, I didn't do such a bad job, but as you can see, it's just a mess. So we're going to hold it like that. That is the highlight situation. And I took my nub of Extreme Black in the waterline. There's a lot of blue going on, blues and greens. So I did the black to break it up because, you know, now we have navies as an option. Sure, could I have taken this as an inner corner? I have done that before. Sure, could I use that navy blue from Decadence? Yes, but it's just nice to have that navy blue matte. Just changes the game. And that navy blue matte will work so well with so many other stories. So I'll probably do a part 2. Then I also have Flesh 6 as my no lip liner. All right. Let's jump into the next palette. So the next palette we're going to do is Huetopian Dream, or some people like to call it Huetopian Scheme. We're going to play with the purples in here. So I'm going to take this off my eyes. We're going to figure out the color story and be back in a second. Now we're on to Huetopian Dream. Just showed it to you. Here she is again. So I guess I should take the shade names. I can't remember these shade names. It's crazy. Yeah, I think we got Cosmic Bloom. I think I'm gonna take that. Here she goes. It looks dull on camera. Let's see. It still looks dull on camera, but it's a lot brighter in person. And let's see. I'm gonna take the 2 purple mattes. That's still the middle of the palette. So we have Aquarian Dream. No, I guess Fabulosity. Oh, child, this is a mess. These shade names, because so we got here, and then we got this. So mattes are set up pretty nice here, and then I think it's so many ways we can go with the shimmers. So I'm gonna swatch these 3. Well, that's looking lackluster when it re-swatch these again. But these purples are not. And sometimes it's just hard. Okay. Looks better. Still looks but as long as it doesn't look like that on the eyes, we're good. Now I'm going to go ahead and take Aquarian Dream. There's Aquarian Dream. And I'm going to go ahead and take Astral, Amethyst, Moon, because I think these 2 shades will look just really beautiful together. And we may pop in with Blitz Sextreme because I do really like this shade right here. Boom. Okay, it's a lot going on there, but this is our story thus far. Okay, cute little 6-pan, you know. The mattes, like I said, forming a little lackluster there as far as swatching, but you know, get them on the eyes, it'll be fine. First, we're going to jump in with Shockwave. This is from the Huetopian Dream. So I'm just loading this brush up. It is a Wayne number 16. And we're just going to pop that in the crease. You see how I said, it was like, I don't know why it didn't look so great when I swatched it, but it just didn't really show up on camera. And it still doesn't to a degree, but I think you can see it, but yeah. So I got that nice and loaded on the transition area. All right, so I totally like where we are right now. Now I'm gonna jump in with a smaller brush. With my smaller brush, this is a What's Up Beauty R102. I'm going to take this shade right here. And then I think I'll jump in with this, okay? So I'm just gonna layer it on. Create a nice little gradient. It's gonna kind of deepen up that Cosmic Bloom. And that's really pretty. And I'm bringing that all the way into the front part as well. Yes, that looks good. These are the mattes that I swear I've just been missing. Boom. This is looking good. I am excited. Changing up the brushes. Now I'm going to jump in with the darker purple. So I'm just going to set my look up. Do you see that? Yes, like here for it. Just here for it, okay? It's so pretty. Really, really pretty. I'm just gonna let it meet in the crease. We got our whole little gradient going. It's giving. So I'm super pleased of how this is looking right now. It's a beautiful gradient. I'm gonna go in with the Aquarian Dreams. Now I'm also sitting here and I'm like, the navy would be super cute with this, but we're gonna stick with the purples and then we'll see if I wanna bring in the navy. Okay, so picking up the little Aqua Dream shade at the moment. So I got it here and I'm just going to place it. It's so pretty, like, oh my gosh. And I'm just laying that right here. And I don't even really think we need to add the navy blue. It looks really good with the purple. It's blending well. And it's like a shade that's bright, but can get more vibrant, but still has like a little bit of iridescent to it. It's really good. It's really pretty. Okay, now I don't know if I'm doing too much because remember I did say I had this shade that I kind of wanted to pop in, so we're just gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Blitz Sextreme, just a tiny bit. Because I might have messed up my gradient. I mean, right now I haven't, but it hasn't really changed anything. Let's see. It's cute. It's whatever. It didn't mess it up, but I don't think it really enhanced the look. So yeah. And I'm just kind of blending that shimmer out just a tiny bit. I'm gonna work some of that into the inner corner. Yeah. And then I think I'm going to, let's say I'm gonna pat more here. These are the few little lines I have right in the crease area where sometimes shadow can just kind of settle in, especially if it's not a thicker shadow per se. Okay, that's really pretty. All right, this is super gorgeous right here as it is. So you can stop here Or I'm going to continue on with our Astral Amethyst Moon. Really pretty. I think this shade, this blue shade, is going to look bomb with the Nocturnal Navy. So you have a lot of combinations with this. It's really, really pretty. I'm here for it. Now, I'm going to switch my brush out. I'm going to go for a rougher P21 brush, which is good for these like little blitzy shades here. And I'm picking up the Astral Amethyst Moon. And I feel like we all knew that this was like the start of the show when we saw the palette. And we were like, well, at least you're giving us something. And over a black base, it does look really good. I have done a video. Yeah, I've done a video where I've just kind of played around with this some more. Let's see. Picking up the mixing medium right here. It's just like a tiny bit on my brush, but we'll build it up. Let's see. And I think I'm going to go back in. And then I got a little mixing medium on my brush. Yeah. Let's see. This shade is extremely flaky, so it could be a little hard to work with. But, okay. Maybe let's just take my finger. That's where you get like the most payoff. And sometimes I just wet my finger. So, I'm gonna wet my finger. There we go. Boom. Are you kidding me? This is gorgeous. What? This is so freaking stunning. Are you kidding me? And with this look, it brings out more of the blue in it. Yes, I am here for it. I'm going to bring it up a little bit into the crease, just a tiny bit. This is gorgeous, and this is gorgeous. Like this just, it just amps it up to the next level. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna put it on this side, put some lashes on. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I put this pencil in my waterline, so I grabbed the wrong one. This is a blue pencil by El Maquillage, and it's still really nice. But I meant to grab my Blitz Blue pencil, but I didn't realize it till right now. So I didn't want to tell you guys I had Blitz Blue in my eyes, and I didn't. But I do have Blitz Blue. They basically pretty much look the same. It's just that Blitz Blue has a little bit of sparkle in it. So I pulled out my flat definer brush. My lashes are Kiss Ritzy lashes, and they were the same for the last look as well. And we're going to go back in with a little Blitz Sextreme, and I'm going to put just a tiny bit of this on the waterline area. And I'm like just totally in love with this look. It is so freaking gorgeous. Oh man, I will be wearing this look somewhere, okay? I don't know where I'm going just yet. I'm sure I have someplace I can figure out to go. But this look is just really bomb, really colorful, really just sparkly, really putting both of these palettes to work, especially if you're not like totally in love with Huetopian Dream. Gorgeous. Okay, now we're gonna wrap up with just a tiny bit of mascara down below, and I'll be right back in a second. You already know what I'm going to say. It's gorgeous. Are you kidding me? The way that that Blitz the Astral Amethyst Moon plays with the aquamarine shade. Oh my gosh. Absolutely stunning. Now, I feel like this look right here is a Huetopian Dream. You know what I mean? We were really like waiting, and then we was just like, oh, this is like Divine Rose Part 3. But this shade looks nice. I just ended up putting it, you know, underneath the waterline. Oh my gosh, the Blitz shade just really amped up the look. The look was gorgeous without it. So I decided to use Shockwave, and I feel like it gave a nice gradient, but honestly we have this pretty pink shade in here also. I like how it blends out with the purples, but my goodness, these two were amazing together. I mean, this is a bomb look. So you already know how I feel about it. I mean, this is stunning. It's really stunning, and it just kind of just pushes through creativity. And like I said, all of this is like, when you think about Pat McGrath, this is what you want. You know, you want neutral, you also want fun pops, you want it to look beautiful, sparkly. It lays on your eyelids so well. The mattes blended out excellent. So I am just over the moon. So we're gonna go into one more look, and the next look will be with Moonlit Seduction. So that is going to be more of a green color story. Now let's jump into Moonlit Seduction. So this is Mothership 10. This is the most recent one. Really pretty. A lot of neutral shades. I could do without a couple of them. Kind of look the same, but I'm excited to see what putting the green with this shade is going to be like. All right, I got my name card out. I don't know why I didn't have it out before, but one of the first shades I'm going to jump into with this palette is going to be the Rosewood Romantique. It's a nice plummy brown. And then I'm also going to take, let's see, Xtreme Nocturne, which I really do like this shade. This is kind of, it's a lot of gray to it. Gray, taupey brown, pretty, okay? Now, let's see. For my other matte situation, I am going to go in. Cool. At least I didn't stick my finger in any of them. All right. I'm going to go in with my shade. Let's see. It's called Altered State. Who knew? So this is Altered State. That's the green shade. Boom. So let me put this down. If you already know. You already know. There. So I'm gonna give another swatch of Rosewood Romantique. Pretty. So for shimmers, I'm just gonna go with here and here. So this is Bronze Devotion, and then we have Vixen. So Bronze Devotion is a really nice, just satin shade. And then of course we got the Vixen, which is kind of like a nice little blue-brown shade. You know how the blue-browns have been. So I'm excited to play with these. Really pretty. All right, so zoom in and we'll get started. All right, I'm all primed up, ready to go. This eye is tripping like it usually does. So I'm just gonna work on this eye, and then maybe this one will pull together. I doubt it. We'll see. Anywho, back again with my BK Beauty. This is the 201 brush. We're going to jump in. Actually, okay, I was going to jump in with Rosewood Romantique, but that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to go in with Xtreme Nocturne. And I'm just going to throw this all in my crease. I'm just going to stamp it down. Boom. I love this shade. It's giving gray. Look how beautiful. So there's aspects of this palette I really love, and then there's some I'm like, So I'm gonna start blending that out, but I'm not gonna go too hand with it. And I'm going to just take that into the inner corner. So it will be a little dark there. Look how beautiful. And I'm gonna stamp some here. Gorgeous. Like, and that was so quick. This could be great for like a smoky eye, and you could pair it, like you could do this shade. There's so many color combos now. I mean, it's always been a lot of color combos, but you could do this shade with one of her blacks from like the first 3 motherships. Fire. Smoke. I'm going to take this little blending brush right here and pop in with Rosewood Romantique to just kind of like soften up the edges of the other shade, which was the Xtreme Nocturne. And I'm going to bring that into the inner corner. This looks so good. Now we're going to jump in with this palette, and I'm going to go in with the green shade, and I'm just flipping my brush over. This is from what I used before, the very first. I'm going to tap off a tiny bit of that. And I'm going to pop that in the crease. I'm going to bring this over. So now the green is a lot darker. You see what I'm saying? It's not as bright as it was before. It's not that it's such a bright green, but it does give off, it could be, I don't know how to say it. It's bright, but if you want it to be a little bit deeper, just laying it on top of this color, just really just look at that. I'm going to bring that in also. This is great. I'm so happy. So like I said, if you just wanted to deepen that green up, that's all we had to do. I'm going to wipe off my brush. And we're just going to blend a tiny bit. I can't help myself but to blend a tiny bit. You still see like the rosewood. You see, definitely see the Xtreme Nocturne. The green with the Xtreme Nocturne, it just makes it a lot deeper and sultrier versus on its own. Now I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to go in with a little Bronze Devotion. I'm just going to pat a tiny bit right here on the open space. I'm not going to take it in here. I'm just going to tap it here. And I should probably just get a brush because I can't reach because of my nails. I'm going to do that little flat definer brush. Yeah, there we go. Pretty, right? That looks amazing by itself. Like, you don't need any more. But I'm going to take it there, okay? Because you know we got to throw this little bad boy on top. So that's why I didn't want to take this shade all the way in the corner. So let's see. I got my mixing medium again, or you could take the little pen. Let's see, let me take the pen because let's the pen dry it out. Let me see. Okay, she's working. All right, I got the pen. This is the Intensifies. It's a mixing medium inside a pen, which is nice and nifty. I think I should pump it like twice. I'm gonna put some definitely on the inner corner. Now what is this? VR Sextasy. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna use my finger. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. Yes, yes, yes. Look at this. This is gorgeous. So pretty. Okay, now I'll have to and I did that just because this shade is opaque, so it can have like a little something underneath it, or you don't have to. I think I've used it both ways, so yeah. Got my brush, flat definer. This flat definer brush does work okay with this particular shade. Gorgeous. I think the sparkle, I think it would have looked better with the Matte Rhyme versus the Intensifies. They didn't really chunk it up, but I just feel like we would have gotten more shine. Like we got sparkle, but we don't have sparkle. You know what I mean? Let's see. This Mayron. To wet my finger, but I'm gonna let it dry because here's the thing about the Mayron. You don't want it to be too wet. Wavy my finger because it is a mixing medium and you don't want it to liquefy your shadow. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I spray it, but then sometimes I like let it dry down. So it's not so wet. See, I think it's just more opulent with the Mayron. So the intensifies wand is nice, but I talked about it before. I wouldn't repurchase it. Just gonna roll my Mayron. She don't be letting me down. And the glitter glue, or you can use glitter glue. So I prefer either like the NYX glitter glue or the Mayron. But this is bomb. And if you wanted to deepen this up more, you could add in a little black. Or you could do this without adding it in. Without adding so much of the Xtreme Nocturne. And do a little brighter situation with the green. But either way, this is gorgeous. This is a bomb Christmas look. All right, I'm gonna do this other eye. Yeah, it still looks like it's tripping, so I'm gonna put on some lashes and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. This is the third and final look. It's super gorgeous. You already know how I feel. Giving Christmas vibes. Really, really pretty. So on this eye, I actually just went ahead and used my Mayron mixing medium. I decided to just leave the intensifies alone. It's not that it's bad, but I just feel like you just get a better turnout from the get-go with the Mayron versus the intensifies one. And like I said, it's much more affordable. But this little playing in my palettes, it has brought me so much joy. These looks are so gorgeous and I have so many more I want to try. So I do plan on doing a part 2 to this video because I want to play with this palette with let's see, Subversive for sure, and probably just to round it out, the first Mothership Mega, which was Celestial Divinity, and because we had all those pretty Star Wars shades in there, and then maybe, well, I don't have anything with the warm tones, so well, I'll figure something out with that particular palette or that side, because I haven't done anything that's just using those mattes with something else, even though, yeah, I don't know. We have so many mattes like this. So I'm talking about this little corner right here. So I know I didn't use it, but we'll see. But I am just so thrilled. This is definitely just, I feel like these mattes and this particular palette just round out my collection so well. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, honestly, you know, if somebody, I don't want this to ever happen, but if somebody was like, you can only keep one brand for the rest of your life, now I can keep Pat McGrath, because I have like my purples, I have my green, I got my navy blue. You know, is it all the shades of green that we must like? No, but I mean, I feel like it's a good start. These mattes are gorgeous. They blend very easily, don't have any problems. So it makes me so great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We have been here probably long enough at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna try any of these looks? Because, oh my God, they're gorgeous. And this is just what I thought out, because I mean, obviously when I swatched on my hands, there were so many other color combinations and ways we could have laid out the looks just within those little 6 pans that I basically created, and some were like quints, but really just really good. Just makes me so happy. So leave me a comment down below in the description box. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Tell me what was your favorite look. I can't pick one. They were all fire. They were all fire. They were all fire. Ooh, but number 2 was, oh. no. But they were all fire. So, like I said before, give this video a big old thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be soon, and subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. With all of that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chair dance, chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Hey, finally got some color mats. All right, y'all, I'm done. Bye.